From Alumni Hall on the Yard at the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, it's Eastern Intercollegiate Wrestling Association dual meet between the American University Eagles and the Navy Midshipmen. Hi again, everybody. I'm Scott Wyckoff alongside Jay Antonelli as we get you set for a little holiday wrestling here in Annapolis. And always fun to get together right before the holidays when the students don't have to worry about exams anymore, Jay, and they can just get out here and do it on the mat.
Absolutely. A couple of guys, they finish up their exams this on Tuesday. So since then, it's been able to focus and focus on their bodies, getting healthy, fine-tuning some stuff. So it's a good time.
Been quite a rivalry over the years between Navy and American, though dominated by Navy. The Midshipmen won 4 of the last 5 against AU. This is the 18th all-time meeting with Navy leading the series 15-2. But oftentimes we'll see people wrestling here that might have wrestled up through high school together.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Americans got a good program. They're always in the mix. And last year we won all 10 matches, but we weren't thinking that way going in because it just fell in our favor last year. So we're looking for a good match today.
Also exciting to see a couple nationally ranked wrestlers for Navy, Josh Coderhan, and also Danny Wask. Always exciting to see them get things going as we really get into the heart of the season now with the dual meets.
For sure. They did fairly well out there in Las Vegas, the Cliff King Classic, both placed. And that was a good test for them because they're hitting the top guys in the country at that tournament. So, they're starting off this season. Now we're getting into the crunch time and start working our way through.
And nice to see how the lineups kind of fall in as we get ready for the first home meet for the Midshipmen. First time they've been home since November 23rd. That was the Navy Classic here. And the next duel here at home, Jay and I, we're going to get a room. We're here Friday night and then Saturday afternoon. Friday night, the 17th against Lehigh, and then the 18th against Harvard. And Harvard the night before will be wrestling American. So that should be a great weekend of wrestling. Our referees this afternoon, Scott Bricker and J.R. Powell. We're going to start at 125. Nick Treaster, the freshman from Newton, Kansas, for the Midshipmen, and Americans Cone Bailey, a redshirt freshman from Julian, Pennsylvania. All set to go as they check in at the table. When you win the toss, do you decide, is it a specific thing for each wrestler or what?
It just depends. No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, they just have the choice in the even matches now. American does. They want it. Sometimes it comes down to they're looking at a matchup and they want to get it that way, but a lot of times it's 50-50. Doesn't make a difference.
Nick Treaster, Navy blue and gold in his blood. His father, Matthew, wrestled here in 1988, graduate of the Naval Academy. Brothers Logan and most recently Grant last year, also wrestlers here at Navy.
Yeah, both lightweights too. Grant and last year's a 25-pounder as well.
Disciplined family on the mats.
Great family.
And great that you can really get the tradition not only of having your kids attend the Naval Academy, but also kind of share some of those same experiences I know you do with your son on the team.
I do. It's nerve-wracking being here,
Yeah.
but it's still fun. Nick's got to get his head up here and clear that underhook. Get clear, gets a little bit more space now.
Just underway, 125, the first of the 10 scheduled matches on the mat here at Alumni Hall. Nice crowd on hand on this holiday Saturday. Of course, the brigade is home except for some of the select athletes like the wrestling team.
Just the winter sport people are here. Just us and the swim and
Right.
and baskets.
They even put some of the ships that I see that are docked away this time of year.
Yes, they are.
Scoreless so far between Nick Treaster for Navy and Americans Cone Bailey.
Cohen's doing a good job of controlling Nick's arm with that 2-on-1. He's got to get that thing cleared and get his own offense going.
These are a pair of freshmen. I mentioned Nick from Kansas, Cone from Julian, Pennsylvania.
There we go. Nick did a good job clearing that. Now he's got to get his back to the center, start setting up his offense. Got to keep your feet moving here. That's a nice re-shot right there. 3 points. Oh, I thought it was going right to his back. That was nice job, Nick.
First points of the match with a minute to go.
He's got a leg in deep. He's going to get this thing. Got to keep him flat right here. Heavy on top, pressure forward, keep his chest on the mat. There we go. Grind him out a little bit, start working for that turn.
Nick comes in 4-4 overall, 0-1 in duels so far. His second dual start as a freshman, 4-time state champ in Kansas. Brings some nice credentials to Annapolis.
He sure does. He's a hard worker, stays in the room and just puts in a lot of time. Not afraid of working hard, which is a great trait to have as a wrestler, that's for sure.
Really good get for Coach Collette to not only get a wrestler of his ability, but also someone who, like I said, who's got the navy blue and gold in his blood. He knows what it's all about, what you're up against.
Right, that's one of the things when you get your athletes here. Sometimes that military side of things scares people off, and then but you get someone who does it, and his family's been through it, they understand it. They tend to understand the process a bit more, and less chance of them leaving.
Working the edge right as the
close.
buzzer sounds for the first period. 3-0. Nick Treaster with the lead just underway as we start out with 1:25 here on this Saturday afternoon in Annapolis. Nick got himself to town a little bit early, attended Anne Arundel Community College last year, kind of getting acquainted in from Kansas. His first career win was at the Matttown Open. Nice way to get things going with an 11-1 major win over Lehigh's Logan Waddle up against Cone Bailey, who will start on top to start this second period.
He's got to keep moving here. Look up. We think we should. Oh. He's got to shake, to reversal. Nice job, Nick. He's got to start moving up.
He has a 5-0 lead now. Cone Bailey wins against Michigan State, Clarion, Buffalo, and Davidson. So not a bad way to start your freshman campaign in American. Only loss of the season in a duel against Maryland.
Yeah, keep pressuring forward here. He has got to keep his chest on the mat. Pressure forward and break him down. Start looking for that turn.
One minute remaining in the second period. Scoring
there we go.
early
So
and
now
late.
he's got that far wrist. If he can bring that in, start working that tilt. Up. Nick's doing a really good job of riding here. Keeping good pressure. So you got to tie that wrist up. Starling going on top. He's staying a little too parallel. You know, if the referee doesn't feel like it's working for a fall, working for back points, then and you stay parallel, we'll call that stalling.
Fifth duel of the season for Navy, 1-3 so far. 1-0 in conference with a win a little earlier against Drexel.
.37 seconds left in this period. Nick's got a good amount of riding time now, 2 minutes, just past that 2-minute mark. If he finishes on top again, this will be good. Oh, there's some backs, there's some swipes. Caught him nice. He's holding 4, there we go. That opens it up.
9-0 lead for Nick.
14 seconds left in this period. Nick finishes on top. That's a good way to. That's good 2 periods on Nick.
Yeah, seemed like in control, like you said, was trying to find the right position for the initial takedown, but since then he's controlled the match.
For sure.
So we move to the third period. Nick Treaster for Navy at 125 with a 9-0 advantage over Cone Bailey. Freshman at 125 for American.
Cohen chose neutral because that looked like his best position in that first period. That's when he was closest to Nick because since Nick's been on top, he's been riding him. Oh, nice. Ooh, right there. There we go. That was nice on Nick. He came in there. That reshot. He's got that leg in good. Now we're going to start trying to crank a half. Get another set of backs. We're going to get a tech fall here.
Most recently, Nick Treaster was winless at the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational. A great opportunity for the team to head out to Vegas and maybe see some teams that they wouldn't normally see during the season.
For sure, that they make sure we get that one in every year, because we see a lot of those Big Ten teams and West Coast teams that we normally don't see in our schedule, so it's really good.
And a great recruiting opportunity also to get Navy wrestling exposed to the West Coast.
For sure.
Under a minute left in this first match of this dual meet this afternoon. Nick Treaster with a 12-1 lead over Cone Bailey.
Nick let him up here, see if we can get this, secure this technical fall. We got that riding time point secured, so just need a takedown here.
30 seconds remains.
He's got to circle in, shoot him off. Oh, there's a stalling point. If we get ones here, we're going to get a tech fall. You look, Nick just doesn't stop. He's just going for it. Obviously, it looks like we have the match secure, but he's just trying to work for his teammates, and they get that technical fall, get that extra point.
So
good,
nice.
Good job on
your
Nick.
First home dual meet to get a commanding win like that.
That is a great feeling for him. Good for him. He looked great. He really did.
So Nick Treaster takes the win in the first match of this duel. Midshipman out in front in this one. And this promises to be a real good one as we move now to 133, American University's Raymond Lopez. You could say the best wrestler for the Eagles so far this season and in his career, up against Brendan Ferretti, the junior from Macomb, Michigan, for the Midshipmen.
Should be a good one.
Lopez, the AU Student Athlete of the Week, coming off a big week. 7-1 record overall, and his only
nice
loss.
Shot.
A
Brendan
medical
did that
forfeit.
quick. That was a quick low single right there. He's just got to make sure that he got to get that foot planted and drive forward off it.
Fourth dual meet start for Brendan. Really trying to come into his own as a junior now. Raymond Lopez also a junior. Mentioned Lopez's only loss of the season was a medical forfeit. And he's won 4 in a row.
Brendan's got to keep his feet moving here, set that shot up again, because he's leading that leg that he wants. So just got to get him to get some weight on it, and we'll pick that ankle.
Brendan, a 2023 NCAA tournament qualifier, 3-6 overall this season. All 3 of those wins right here in the Navy Classic. He had a great Classic, placing 3rd.
Yes, he sure did. He beat a couple good guys along the way there. That was good.
That is
Good
a
for
neat
him.
meet, too. A lot of teams want to get in on that. There's a waiting line to come and bring your school to the Navy Classic.
Yeah, it's fun. That's been around ever since I was here as a wrestler, so always look forward to that one. Wrestling at home and being at your home arena, that's great. Nice shot by Brendan again. He's got to get this thing up in the air, take him that way. There we go.
And I coached DeCellis from basketball, kind of replicating that with the Navy Basketball Veterans Classic. He saw how great it was with wrestling with the Classic, trying to do the same that they've done with basketball.
Yep.
3-0 lead for Brendan Ferretti.
That was a great takedown by Brendan.
Second match of the afternoon, 133 pounds. And Brendan's up against the pin machine. Raymond Lopez, 5 pins this season, 2 of those under 20 seconds. So Brendan's done what some other wrestlers haven't done, getting this far.
For sure. That was a good job by Lopez getting out. That was slick. Brendan's got to keep doing those heavy fakes. Keep that level change going. Right there, back to that same leg. He's got to get height. Got to get his help. Got to get his knees under his chest, get some height. Head up, right there, coming through. 50 seconds, lots of time left. Lots of time left. He should be able to. Lopez doing a good job of holding on, but he's just holding on. Referee's got to look for danger here. They're all tangled up. See if Brendan can reset himself, get some elevation again, get his head up through. Got a post lift. 28 seconds remain. Lopez with some heavy hips right now. Referee stalemates. That's a very good call.
Brendan looking for his first dual win of the season, 0-3 so far. What a career he has had at Navy, 35 wins, 28 losses, and looking for his 15th career dual win this afternoon.
10 seconds remains. 10.
Nice. There we go, into the first period. 3-1.
Pair of juniors, two of the top wrestlers in the EIWA here along the East Coast, matching up this afternoon. Brendan Ferretti will start on top in the second period with a 3-1 lead over Raymond Lopez, a junior from Clovis, California, Buchanan High School. Actually came east a little bit early, went to Army Prep before enrolling at American in our nation's capital.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Brendan also went to, there's a nice tilt by Brendan. At least he's got two there. Brendan also went to NAPS, Naval Academy Prep School. He was NAPSer with my son. And they're teammates and been close friends ever since.
And what a great experience that is. Not only the academics and athletic that you get in Rhode Island at NAPS, but also developing those relationships with your potential future teammates.
For sure. You mean you, nice reshot. See if he can come up with this.
Cat like Quitnick's getting right back into it.
Oh, that was nice by Lopez. So we're in danger here. So referee gave him 3 points because we had a 90-degree break.
So that shows the ability of Lopez to turn a match on a dime.
Yeah, he definitely got funky there and worked out in his favor, that's for sure.
He ties it up at 5 with 1:05 left. Here's the move.
He came right underneath, just basically a front roll from his feet. Came underneath. Got us caught on our back a little bit in that neutral position.
Second of scheduled 10 matches. Navy taking the first at 125. We're at 133 here.
This would be good to get this point here. There we go.
1 point escape, Navy.
Grabs back the 1 point advantage.
Brendan's got to get his head out of here. Oh, there we go, right to that leg again. Lopez does a good job of reaching over the top, tying up his ankles. 37 seconds left.
Two experienced wrestlers. Raymond Lopez 2-2 in the EIWA championships last season.
30 seconds left. Oh. Brendan's keeping, so 20 seconds left. Brendan's got to get one here fast. Brendan's got to get up and get one. 15 seconds left.
Trailing by 2 at 8-6.
Lopez has got that bent leg Turk there, though. That's tough to get out of. That's really tough. 7 seconds.
Heck of a match. Now you know why Raymond Lopez is really considered one of the top, if not the top wrestlers on this team. As we go to the third.
Yeah, he's moving well. They're both, man. As we said, this is going to be an exciting match. It's great. We get some good scoring here, good scoring situation. So.
And Brendan's a real determined wrestler. You know, it's been on the edge of really becoming a dominant wrestler. Now, as a junior, a chance to really grow with that maturity.
For sure. For sure, he is. He's focused, laser focused, working hard all the time. Smart wrestler. You know, he studies the sport, looks at different situations, works with the coaching staff, you know, daily, just on different areas and his weaknesses, and tries to improve every day.
And nice when your captain is a leader in that. I know Josh Koderhan is just a student of the game and leads by example.
1 point escape.
Yeah, Brendan can't panic here. I mean, we have plenty of time. Lots of time to score. We have to make smart shots. He's got to get back to those fakes, hands, move Lopez, and then take that shot. Oh no. Lopez got a cradle locked up.
3 points.
Not giving him a takedown.
So he takes the 11-7 lead, but he's got the leverage to move in now.
He's got this cradle locked up. Wow.
Sixth pin of the season for Americans Raymond Lopez.
Wow, that was a good job on Lopez, that's for sure. That's a surprise because obviously, you know, Brendan was in that match the whole way, had the lead, dominating that first or that second period. Even that first period, got that takedown. Got stuck in a cradle, finishes the match.
So AU takes the lead overall in the duel at 6-4. We move to 141. Exciting to see the nation's 7th ranked 141-pound wrestler Josh Coderhan, the Navy captain, the senior from Belleville, Illinois, against Americans Cale McIntyre, the sophomore from a wrestling hotbed at Easton, Pennsylvania. It's been a lot of fun watching Josh over these 4 years.
It is, and just gets better and better every time he's out on the mat. He really, ooh, nice shot there, though. Nice shot there.
McIntyre 4-1 overall. All his wins in duels this year.
Coderhan's tough to take down here. I mean, he fights here with the best of them.
Josh is 4-0 in duels this year. Only undefeated dual meet wrestler for Navy. This is when the weight room pays off. That lower body
and balance.
weight.
It's everything. Yeah. It's everything. It's a will. It's
yep.
a will. It's a will to win the position, and that's the sport. You got to try to win every single position.
3-point takedown, American.
McIntyre with the early 3-point lead. Josh looking to be only the 17th Navy wrestler to ever reach 100 career
That's
wins.
been over 5 seconds a long time ago.
He's at 90 now as they move out of the circle.
That should have been a stalling call. Once you're in the offensive position, you can't stay down on the legs for more than 5 seconds. They call stalling. But that was kind of that takedown. Like, was it a takedown? Wasn't. And McIntyre didn't move up. He's got to move up, or it's stalling.
And will we see the arm moving on the referee to count that, or is
yes? That's the count.
The arm should be
yes,
moving.
Should be
right.
moving. Now Josh got that secured, that takedown.
Coderhan, the political science major here at Navy, future Navy aviator. As we mentioned, the captain, the highest honor a Navy athlete can achieve. Chosen a captain by his teammates, a leader amongst the leaders, not only for the team, but on the yard. Working the edge right now. He has taken a 4-3 lead. Will be a Navy officer. I know, excited about his military commitment, something we talked about in an interview earlier this year, how that was one of the big draws. A lot of times these wrestlers will say, you know, I want to go somewhere in Division I wrestling. He said, I want to go be a member of the United States Navy.
For sure. And you can't, you know, just and fight for your country, and it's a great place. I mean, it's an honor to be here, and graduate from here, and move on and serve your country. It's definitely special.
And I asked him how he found his way to the Naval Academy. Coach Colette, one of the big reasons he's here, but also he said Top Gun. Love Top Gun.
Yeah.
39 seconds remaining in this first period. All tied at 4 between Josh Coderhan and Cale McIntyre. Josh, number 7 in the nation right now.
Josh runs him out of bounds here. We'll get a stall call. The referee called stalemates. 21 seconds left. Still tied at 4.
And that's a skill in itself, on the edge, using that to your advantage.
It is. I mean, if you go out of bounds, they're going to call stalling, and it's keeping your back to the center, always looking to score points and make sure the referee sees that too. There we go. That was a nice throw by Josh. Double underhooks with throw by. It's pretty.
Is in the 7-4 lead, as that'll do it for the first period. NCAA qualifier his entire career, 3-2 in the big tournament last year. Looking to be only the 9th 4-time NCAA qualifier in the long, proud history of wrestling at the Naval Academy.
That's impressive. Do it as a freshman, all 4 years. That's pretty impressive.
A great individual honor, but also for the team, and brings great notoriety to the program. When young men are looking at these schools to attend, they can say, you know, I can be an NCAA qualifier. I get the potential for being a national champion if I wrestle at Navy.
Right. That is a draw. That was a great reversal there, almost like a standing switch from Josh. As he got that reversal. Josh is trying to give him that escape and try to go for that takedown again, build this lead even more. There's a throw by again.
Big opportunity for Cale McIntyre for American, make a name for himself, the sophomore, Bethlehem Catholic High School in Easton. Great wrestling program.
Yeah, it is. Beth Catholic is a very good wrestling school. Proud history as well.
They move back to the center of the mat. Minute 17 to go in period 2. 141 weight class. Overall in the duel, AU with the 6-4 lead with the Raymond Lopez pin.
Josh just took him down again. He's trying to give him an escape, try to score again here.
1 point escape, American. 1 minute remains, 1 minute.
1 minute left in the second period, stalling.
And that's a second warning on
Give us a stalling point.
That'll push it 13-6. So Josh knowing exactly what he wanted to do there. There was little doubt that he wanted to let him have the escape so he could get back in for 3.
Right.
And he did.
That's stalling again. He's got to stand up, face his opponent. He's got to face his opponent.
1 point escape, American. 3 point takedown, Navy.
Fatigue is definitely playing a factor here.
Remains 30.
Navy's hard-nosed captain really taking it to Cale McIntyre physically.
For stalling, penalty point.
Right outside the circle in front of the scorer's table here at Navy. Good crowd for a holiday afternoon. A lot of folks maybe out doing their holiday shopping, stopping by the yard. First chance that they've seen the midshipmen in a long time, since November 23rd in the Navy Classic.
And it's different. Watching a tournament's different than
Yes.
watching it, watching a dual meet too, because there's so much going on. Your attention gets diverted so many different ways. Not everybody wrestling's from Navy, so now we're going for the fall.
3 point takedown, Navy.
And Josh finished up that takedown, put him to a tech fall.
So Josh with his 12th win overall, a perfect 5-0 in duels for the midshipmen this season, with the win over Cale McIntyre, putting the midshipmen up 8-6 in the duel. As we move now to 149. Cayman Smith, junior from Erie, Pennsylvania, out on the mat for Navy now. For American,
Gage Owen.
redshirt freshman from right around the corner from here, Mount Airy, South Carroll High School in Carroll County. Talking about another high school that has had some great success in Erie, Pennsylvania, Cathedral Prep, where Cayman wrestled before coming to Navy.
My son got to wrestle with Gage quite a bit in high school before, and Gage is a tough wrestler, so this will be a good match as well. Gage being a freshman, so he's looking for big things from him. I know American is.
Already with wins this year over Duke and Presbyterian, some tough losses to Michigan State, Maryland.
He's a long wrestler. He's tough to score on, as you can see right here. He's just long, comes over the top of you, drapes over you, gets heavy. He's talented.
Real good public school wrestling program at South Carroll High School, in addition to his club wrestling. As we're just underway in match 3 of 10 scheduled here this afternoon, 149 weight class. Cayman Smith for Navy, Gage Owen for American.
Yeah, both guys here trying to set something up. Looking for that inside control.
Overall in the dual meet right now, Navy with the 9-6 lead. Navy has won 4 of their last 5 dual meets against American. Looking for their second conference dual win of the season. And this is the first dual meet of the season for American University. Making the about 25, 30-mile drive from Tenleytown in northwest Washington, D.C.
Yeah, Kamen got a circle, get back to the center, get the action back in the center here. Gage is doing a good job blocking him. Nice shot attempt.
Kamen Smith, a 5-7 record overall this season, 1-2 in duels, and 35 wins and 35 losses straight up in his career here at the Naval Academy.
Gage is a long person, so it's not 3 yet. Should be 3 here though. 3 points for Gage. Kamen's got to look to get score. He's only down 30 seconds to go in this period. You have to get in the period on bottom. That's one of those things you never do.
Right.
You miss that opportunity to score that point.
"15 seconds remaining in the first period. Gage Owen with the 3-0 lead. And you mentioned both these wrestlers are long. These guys are using every bit of this 149 pounds.
For sure.
So Gage Owen, redshirt freshman for American University, will start on top to start the second period. The 3-0 lead. Kamen Smith, we mentioned Cathedral Prep in Erie, his high school teammate Jack Van Dee wrestling at Nebraska. Give you an idea of where wrestlers from Cathedral Prep go.
Yeah, another great program. Wow, that was close there. Gage is still on top. There's the escape point. Gage Owens just shy of that 1 minute ride time. 58 seconds left of riding time he's gained now. There, came in with a good shot. Not sure why. Should be counting danger. There's a good takedown by Kamen.
Ties it up at 3 with 1:15 to go in the second period. Does Kamen Smith for Navy.
4-3 now with minute 5 left in that second period.
So quick finish.
1 minute remains. 1 minute.
Kind of actually heard Cole out yelling on the side there. Don't put boots in. No boots. No boots. And I don't know if Kamen didn't hear him there, but then boots went in, and then Gage Owen got that reversal.
Gage Owen, 2-time Maryland State champion, 2022 Maryland State Wrestler of the Year.
30 seconds remains.
30 seconds left. He's got to get out of this arm bar. Kamen's got to plant that hand on the mat, push his body back. He's got to get his knees under his hips right now. He gets stretched out, can't get up from that position.
10 seconds remains.
10 seconds left. Just picked up a quick set of back points there.
And we get into the third and final period. Mr. Owen.
Third period starting right now, 7-4 in favor of Gage Owen.
This is a red-hot American Eagles wrestling team. They're on a 4-meet winning streak with wins over Davidson, Duke, Presbyterian, and Buffalo. Looking to make it 5 against Navy. Final period of 149.
Kamen's in tight in that shot. He's got to work himself back up to his feet and he's getting to the legs. He's got to finish. Nice little short drag there by Kamen for a quick 3. With a quick escape now, 7-9 in front of Gage Owen. He's got to square his hips up. Heavy whizzer. He's going for this cowboy tilt. Can he get it? Yes, he did get it. That's points. That's takedown and backs.
Tied at 9 now. Minute 21 left to go in the third period.
Oh no, Gage has got it. Cradle tied up. 2-point reversal, and now back points being counted against Kamen. This is going to be close. Minute 5 left. There's lots of time. Come on. You just keep fighting that lock. This is the best angle from here. He is definitely not pinned from here. Referee is holding 4. Kamen managed to get out.
4-point American.
Kamen's got a turning kick here. He's holding on to the ankle.
Needs points quick. 15-9. As Gage Owen did not get the pin, but he got a lot of points.
The new rules with these back points here with 4 seconds, 4 points. That's points can add up pretty quick.
That's
get
really
turned to your
quick.
back. It is.
Everyone's focusing on the pin, but you're still getting that time that you're getting those points. 15-10 advantage now.
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds remains 30. Riding time.
Kamen's in. He's taking some really good shots. We're just not. Gage is so long, we're just not to be able to get ourselves, our hips under our chest, so we can put in a good position to finish these takedowns.
10 seconds remains.
Referee calls stalemate, 10 seconds.
Once again.
So the win by Gage Owen for American University over Keeman Smith. Back and forth and back again here in this meet.
With that riding time, ended up being 16-10. The riding time point.
Another good match.
And that ties up the dual meet at a 9 apiece. Through 149.
57 pounds. For American, Jack Neese.
So it's Jack Neese, the senior from Ocean, New Jersey. And for the midshipmen at 157, the sophomore, Jonathan Lay from Miami, Florida. And another wrestling hotbed, Lake Highland Prep in Orlando. Jonathan Lay, 3-3 overall for the midshipmen, 1-1 in duels. It's his third dual start of the season.
Well, precarious situation there. Referee smartly called potentially dangerous. It's meaning a lot of great high school wrestlers come out of Florida, and then no college wrestling in the state.
Right, so
They
they're
never
you got to get down there and get them.
No.
Coach Colat's done a good job with that. A couple of wrestlers on the team from Lake Highland Prep itself, as is Jonathan Lay, up against Jack Neese from Ocean, New Jersey, Ocean Township High School. Talk about a good state for wrestlers, the state of New Jersey.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yes. Always fun to go to the state meet on the boardwalk
For
in
sure. I got
Atlantic City.
another Jersey wrestler next to me, Quinn Kinner, who's been working out with the Navy wrestling team with our regional training center. He's been an excellent addition for all of our lightweights and the team in general with what he's done with our program. New addition this year.
And your brother's still coaching in New Jersey?
He's at Blair.
Nice.
Yeah, he's coaching up at Blair.
Period one between Jonathan Lay and Jack Neese.
Yeah, John's quick. I mean, he's so quick. He does quick level changes. He's got good heavy hands. He's an athlete.
Had a great plebe season, 9-11.
He comes and gets height. Never want to be upside down.
Really, the highlight of the season for him was that 4-2 win in the duel against number 11 Iowa State out in Iowa City earlier this season. What a night that was. Though the midshipmen dropped the duel. Packed house, Friday night, nothing better than that.
Yeah, that was an experience. It was great for the mids to wrestle there.
Jack Neese with his wins this season over Clarion, Duke, and Presbyterian on this winning meet winning stretch of 4 in a row for American.
A lot of good motion here from both wrestlers.
And this dual meet is knotted at 9. Fifth match of the afternoon. Great thing, too, about it. College wrestling, there's no wasted time. They get right after it.
For sure. I mean, you gotta keep attacking, keep doing what works for you, and keep someone off balance, right?
Jonathan, as a freshman last year, wrestled for Navy at the EIWA tournament. And he was 2-2 in the Navy Classic here, last month.
John's got a lot of talent. He's just putting things together, then things go in his favor.
Scoreless after the first period between Jonathan Lay and Jack Neese, 157-pound. As Jonathan will start on top at center mat.
Oh, no score here. John has to get him back to the mat. That's a good mat return right there. Nope.
Yeah.
Jack was quick to get out of that.
Yeah, real quick. Almost before he hit the mat, he knew I was going to get out.
Yeah, he had to just get his hips away, and he did that. He basically bounced off the mat and got his hips away. And that's the way you do it. So John's got to get back to moving those hands, get your hands on them, heavy hands, create angles, move your feet.
So the only time these two have been down on the mat is really the restart in the second period.
That's it, 9 seconds.
Back up again.
Yeah, nice shot by Jack, but quick counter there by Lay. There's a nice shot. See if we can get this clean. Got to clean those ankles up. This American team's been doing a really good job of just picking up on our ankles, and we're not hiding them fast enough, looking for this potentially dangerous type situation. These are tough because it's just sticky. It's just sticky.
You see Neese right there with the ankle.
Referee called that potentially dangerous, but that's tough because, I mean, they just right away, those American wrestlers, they're good at finding those ankles and just trying to extend that takedown situation. There we go. That's a nice shot. Should get the 3 here.
He does. First lead of the match for Jonathan Lay. 3-1, 15 seconds remaining in the second period. So as the buzzer sounds, you can hear the crowd coming to life. The coaches, the teammates, and the fans here at Alumni Hall. A good one going to the third period.
That was good. That was good not giving up that escape because that would have been an important point. So good on Jonathan there. Listen to Coach Colat. Just eat that stalling warning and then and not give up that escape point.
All in a dual meet that is tied at 9 right now. 157-pound match of this EIWA duel.
Quickly, Lay's got to bounce back up. That was a nice return.
You can hear Navy head coach Gary Colat in the background. 5th year here at the Naval Academy after 6 years at Campbell. 2-time national champion at Lock Haven. National Wrestling Hall of Famer. And really 2 good gets, not only for Navy to get Coach Colat when they did, but how about American getting Coach Jason Borelli after a Coach of the Year career at Stanford,
yes,
getting him to come east to American.
It was good for them. I mean, good for the program. bringing more talent back to the EIWA, and it's a great thing.
4-1. Jonathan Lay with the advantage right now. Minute 35 left to go in this third period.
Riding time's not going to be a factor here. I say that, but looks like it's not going to be.
With a minute 20 left to go in the period.
That was nice movement, both guys. Referee stalemates that over-under position. Minute 7 left here, going to the center.
At Scott Bricker with the whistle. His assistant, J.R. Powell, as assigned by the Eastern Intercollegiate Wrestling Association. Under a minute left to go in this third period of this 157-pound match.
John just got to keep doing what he did to get here. You got to keep staying the offense, keep him off balance, go down there, take a shot.
Jack Neese trying to get some points
Jack
now.
got in there tight. He's got to be heavy on that whizzer. He's got to re-pummel out of that underhook. 30 seconds remaining right now. John has to clear the underhook. There we go. He's clearing inside.
That's the upper
20
body
seconds.
strength of Jonathan Lay, able to do that. All that time spent in the weight room paying off.
15 seconds. 10 seconds now. And John's going to get that one there.
Nice win for the sophomore for Navy, Jonathan Lay.
That was a good win for John.
Beating Jack Neese 4-1 in a hard-fought match that went right down to the wire. A lot of good strategy from Jonathan in that one. Knew what he had to do to get the win.
For sure. I mean, he kept good position at the end. Like to keep scoring points the whole time, right? Keep doing what you did to get to where you're at. That puts us the halfway point with a 12-9 lead for Navy.
As we move to 165.
Off we go, 165 pounds for American.
Kalen Milheim, the redshirt freshman.
Give it up for your midshipman, Dylan Elmore.
So Dylan Elmore, the freshman, his first collegiate match out on the mat right now here at Alumni Hall.
Yeah, he was banged up earlier in the year, missed a couple weeks in the season. Took longer to get back here into the lineup, and as a freshman, shows a lot of promise. And Kerry's really excited about where Dylan can fit in this team.
From Marion, Kansas, St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Oakland Park, Kansas. Was a leader of his high school team, not only on the mat but off the mat, as a captain for not only the wrestling team but the football team. Up against Kalen Milheim from Money, Pennsylvania, Warrior Run High School. Wow, this is Dylan's first match. This is the 8th match of the season for Milheim.
Nice
4 and
shot by
3 in
Dylan.
duels.
He's got to clear that whizzer, get that leg up. There's 3. Well, that should have been 3. There's that 3 points.
For Dylan Elmore, on top of Caden Milheim now.
Yep. Dylan's got to change his angle, push him to the side, get him to a hip. Dylan's got to look for that return. Oh, there we go. There's that escape for Caden.
Wrestling's in Caden's family, too. His brother's also wrestling, the finance major at American. He has wins this year in matches against Michigan State, Clarion, Presbyterian, and Buffalo. First match of the season for now a healthy Dylan Elmore for Navy, the freshman.
That should be 3. That should be 3 right there. There's the takedown. I think it was a little late.
6-1 lead now for Dylan Elmore.
First college match looking pretty good. Doesn't
Yeah.
look like it's phasing him much.
No, not at all. That's why Coach Colette glad to have him back in the lineup. as Navy has now had a different lineup in each of their duels this season.
30 seconds remaining here in this period.
30 seconds remains.
20 seconds left, 6-2 that score.
Also a product of the Naval Academy Prep School in Rhode Island last year, Dylan Elmore.
10 seconds remains. 10.
So he will take a 6-2 lead to the second period in his first career match here at the Naval Academy. Always fun when the prep school guys come to town and you see them in their warm-ups, standing on kind of the edge of the mat, watching the action. Sometimes they come in town for football games. You see them down there.
They always come down for an early season or early October game. They usually come down. The wrestling team comes and they get to see the room, and then be here, go to classes, see what it looks like, and then they always come down too for typically the Army-Navy match. If we're hosting, they'll come down to that.
Boy, what a match that was last year.
Oh gosh,
wow.
Don't get me started.
We had a front row seat for it too, right in front of us. A match that Navy appeared to have won in the final seconds with what ended up being a phantom pin.
Or non-pin, phantom non-pin.
Right.
Yeah,
that
however you want to say it.
Army was able to come away ending the Navy winning streak. Midshipmen with a young team this year looking to build on some good tournament matches. Dual losses to some nationally ranked teams this season. Number 25 Pitt, now 18th ranked. Now number 25 North Carolina and number 11 Iowa State. So good experience coming into the EIWA dual meet portion of their season.
Absolutely. And take a little break here, for the Christmas holiday after this match. Everybody's going to spread their own way, and they're all going to meet up there in the Soldier Salute out in Iowa for a competition tournament. Good tournament's going to happen 28-29 this month.
Yeah, great holiday tournament out in Iowa.
Nice shot by Elmore.
Great opportunity for every member of the team to see some action.
Yeah, 30 seconds left. If he gets his finish here, he's got a good shin whizzer. He's just got to get this thing. I think Elmore tried to do too much. Sometimes I think he was thinking cradle there, and in the process, he gave up what looked like to be a takedown. 10 seconds left.
Tough for him to do what he can do now with trying to keep his toes in the circle.
Yeah, he's kind of got the shin whizzer. 1 second left.
Good dual meet so far here in Annapolis. Navy with the 12-9 advantage overall in this 6 of 10 scheduled matches right now. It's Dylan Elmore with a 6-3 lead. Moving to the third period, the freshman from Marion, Kansas, against the fellow freshman from American University, the redshirt freshman, Caden Milheim.
Elmore took that defensive position here. Currently, he's got riding time, but only 4 seconds over that minute, so not sure he'll keep that.
And that time comes and goes.
Yeah, it does. It ebbs and flows.
Just underway in the third period. In a dual meet where each period has been very important. Navy's lead only separated by 3 points from American.
Dylan's got to keep his feet moving here. He can't be steady. Can't be keeping his feet still. He's got to keep moving his feet. Level changes. Yeah, they just called Dylan for stalling.
First look we've had this season at Dylan Elmore. Won back-to-back state championships in Kansas as a junior and a senior. Before taking that postgraduate year at the Naval Academy Prep School. Now a plebe here on the yard at the Naval Academy with a 7-3 lead with a minute remaining in the third period.
1 minute remains. 1 minute.
Dylan's got to get his back in the center. There's nice little spin. 3.
There it goes.
There's a 3-point takedown. 44 seconds remaining. .38 seconds here. That was a good takedown. 10-3 score. Dylan's back on top. Back in riding time.
So, Merrill, the Navy athletic training staff will take a look at Dylan Elmore. Looks like he's got a little bit of a cut up around the eyebrow there. So, you like what you've seen so far from Dylan Elmore?
Yeah, I mean, this is great. I mean, first college match, and he's going out there and getting it done. I'm sure Kerry's going to pick it apart and just make them better. So it's a good start.
And it's tough to start your career at the Naval Academy as a plebe with all you're up against on the yard. To be injured in the sport that you like so much, to keep after it now and then come into this break with a little light at the end of the tunnel, being healthy again.
Yeah, that's got to be a good feeling for him. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, so Bloody knows that they're taking a look at right now. Our next dual meet broadcast will be on January 17th, a Friday night, against Lehigh here at Alumni Hall, and then we'll be right back Saturday, January 18th, against Harvard. So two of the top programs, both academically and wrestling-wise, on the mats here on the East Coast, coming to Annapolis. So join us here or come on by Alumni Hall for a good weekend of wrestling. 30 seconds remaining in this third period. Dylan Elmore, 10-3 lead, in control.
He's got to get a big mat return here. Dylan here to try to finish this period on top. It's 16 seconds left in this match. 10-4 is the score. Good job for his first collegiate match.
And he picks his team up, winning back-to-back matches to build a little bit of a lead in this one. So Dylan Elmore with his first career win right here at home at Alumni Hall.
That makes that match, that dual meet score now 15-9 in favor of the Mids.
We move to 174. The 19th ranked wrestler in the country, Danny Wask, at 174 for the midshipmen. Double-digit wins this year, 10-4 overall against Caleb Campos, the redshirt sophomore from American University, who is 7-3 overall this season. Two wrestlers who knew how to win.
Yeah, Danny out of New Jersey, wrestled for my brother up at Blair Academy, and did a really good job up there for him, and is doing a great job for us here.
Just one of two mids with double-digit wins, along with Josh Coteran. He won the Navy Classic, really coming of age, dominating 4-0 in the Navy Classic, beating 3 ranked opponents.
Yeah, he had a good tournament there. Sure did.
Against Caleb Campos, a 4-time North Carolina state champion, whose career record at American University is 35-18.
Danny stays in good position, and he is strong.
And he's an exciting wrestler, a lot of character on the mat.
Yeah.
He has won 8 straight matches, 6 by decision, a technical fall, and a major decision.
It's a good fake.
So now with the back-to-back match wins in the overall duel, Navy with a 15-9 advantage. This is the 7th of the 10 scheduled matches.
He's fighting for inside control here. Danny's got to get his, a little blood time, it looks like.
And a chin strap came off. Here in Annapolis, I'm Scott Wyckoff along with Dr. Jay Antonelli, class of 92 here at the Naval Academy, retired Marine Corps Major, former Navy wrestler, assistant wrestling coach here, along with our Navy athletics production crew led by Director Matt McMahon. We'd like to thank our Navy Wrestling Sports Information Director Antonio Johnson for making us sound good with all the information he gives us, and also American Wrestling Sports Information Director Karen Angel, who is quick with her notes this week whenever I'm on a Navy broadcast. Love the sports information directors like they do so well under the leadership of Scott Strassmeyer here at Navy, is getting those notes out early, makes it so much easier for the broadcasters to be able to tell the stories of these wrestlers out here. And there's some great stories, and that's one of the neat things is they come from so many different varying backgrounds and what they bring to the competition. And though it's a team sport, it is really the ultimate individual sport, you could say.
For sure, but going back to what you said, I mean, the whole purpose, the Naval Academy, we want every single congressional district in the country represented here. So everybody comes from all the 50 states and territories are represented, and so we get a good mix of athletes and the student body here, the brigade of midshipmen come from all over, and it makes for a great team. We all gel together and looking to do great things.
That's one of the neat things when I interview the Navy athletes for our Navy Insider podcast and also our Navy Radio Network football broadcasts and our broadcasts here on YouTube and on ESPN Plus, is the student athletes at the Naval Academy, the members of the brigade, they love the fact that they're going to school with people from all over the country. Some of them say, I've never met anyone outside my town in New York, but, I go to the Naval Academy and I'm wrestling with a guy from California, someone from Hawaii, there's a guy from Maine, all sorts of people. They say that's really a part of the experience.
It sure is.
Academic doctor. Not a medical.
Yes, not medical doctor. That's for sure. It was my first goal in life to be a doctor.
So do your friends, any of your friends call you doc?
Yeah, every once in a while. I make them.
There you go. All right, we're back at a minute to go in the first period. No score between Danny Wask and Caleb Campos for American.
The headgear got straightened out, blood cleaned up, and right back at it here.
Danny, the 19th ranked wrestler in the nation, the sophomore from Wantage, New York, and Blair Academy, has 5 victories over ranked opponents this season.
A nice little short drag attempt. Danny's so strong.
His record is 10-4 overall, 3-1 in duels.
30 seconds remains. 30.
Caleb has won 4 of his 6 duel matches this season. Big match for both these teams. If Danny can win it, he can really give Navy a good lead. They leave overall in the duel 15-9, but if Caleb can come back, he can get American right back in this one.
Short time here, 10 seconds, need a quick finish. Quick finish.
Got it.
At the buzzer. That's a good takedown right there. That's a good takedown.
How much sense does Danny have of how much time is on the clock when he's doing that?
He's been on this mat since he's a little kid. I mean, he knows. He's just been in so many different match situations at the highest level as a high school kid. A prep national champion, big-time tournaments, wrestling world competitions, for Team USA. And, he's been in lots of matches. He knew. He knew how little time there was.
And he took full advantage of every second of it. The 3-0 lead starting off the second period of match number 7, 174 in this duel.
Yep, Danny's up to his feet. Here we are, escape.
Takes it to 4-0. Overall 15-9 lead in the dual meet for the midshipmen. And for their second dual meet win of the season in the EIWA. Beat Drexel last month. American already 5 in duels, but this is their first conference match.
Caleb just got hit with some stalling warning.
Coming off a big win over Cade DeVos, the 3rd ranked wrestler in the nation at 174 for South Dakota State out in Las Vegas.
Danny's got a good chance to score here. That's nice sprawl right. Nice. You know, pressure forward.
Gets up and gets down so quickly, knowing where he wanted to take that. They'll move it back to the end at the center of the mat here at Alumni Hall. Danny Wasp with a 7-0 lead, 30 seconds remaining in this second period. As he moves back on top.
Put him to his back will be good here. Just climb up that body. Climb up that body. Chop that arm. There's a little quick couple swipes. 10 seconds left. You got a 4-point near fall there. Make that 11-0 now in favor of Danny Wask.
That's a big move to get those points.
That is.
Right at the end of the period as you hear the Brothers sound. But like you say, Danny was almost working the whole period for those 4 points.
For sure.
One of two mids with double-digit wins. Josh Coderhan the other, who is now 12 wins on the season. Danny Wask looking for his 11th win overall this year and his 4th win in his 6th dual meet. And he is out to an 11-1 lead as we're now underway in the third period of 174.
Danny's just heavy, strong. Nice little shuck by there, throw by. I think we're going to play a takedown game maybe.
14-2, Danny Wask with the lead, the sophomore.
That was some just pure strength right there.
Just able to push out and drive Caleb Campus to the mat and pick up 3 points.
17-2 tech fall for Danny Wask.
That is his 11th win overall this season. 19th ranked nationally. Danny Wask with a nice job out here. We knew there some potential changes in the lineup today. We already saw Dylan Elmore get his first win of his career at the Naval Academy as we move now to 184. Lucas White, the senior for American. So Zion Hall will move into the lineup now.
Wow, quick takedown right away.
The sophomore from Marietta, Georgia. 7-4 overall this season, looking for his first dual meet win. Zion Hall.
Uh-oh, Zion's in trouble here.
Lucas White has won 2 in a row, trying to make it 3 now. The entire American bench is up on their feet, knowing they need a pin in this one to get back into this match. Navy leads the duel 20-9.
He's fighting. There's 2 minutes left in this period. That's a shame because Zion was looking like, he's got that quick takedown, looking good, and that's wrestling. You just get stuck. Sometimes you make one little mistake, and it's like that knockout punch in boxing, right? Just get stuck.
And that's the senior, Lucas White. You see the experience he has. 12 wins in 8 duels last year. Already 3 wins, all in duels this season, and gets the pin to pull American to within 5 in the overall duel. Navy leads 20-15. So Daniel Williams moving up a weight class. Normally wrestles at 184.
He's giving up some size. You can see that here, but Dan's quick, and he's a strong wrestler.
Carson Rawls, the senior from San Jose, California.
He's got to clear those arms, get himself back in. I'm not sure about that stalling call, but okay.
Daniel, a sophomore from Orlando, Florida, the other Lake Highland Prep graduate, wrestling at the Naval Academy now. Did drop to 184 this season, so wrestling 197, not out of the norm for him. High school teammate with Jonathan Lay at Lake Highland Prep. Jonathan already with a win in this duel. 2 minutes left to go in this first period. No score between Carson Rawls and Daniel Williams.
Dan's got to, he's giving up a little size here. He's got to take some outside shots, some swing singles, rather than going straight underneath him, so you don't get full blunt of that weight on him. Can use his quickness here.
Daniel's wrestled a lot so far this season. 8-6 overall, 1-2 in duels.
Got to put some level changes in.
Had a real nice Clarion Open. Won 4 of 5, finishing third.
Nice little level change again. We just got to set something up.
Karsten Rawls injured much of last season. 1-1 in duels. The senior, 24-37
Nice.
career record.
Little snatch single. Got to move him back to the center. There's the takedown. Minute 5 left in this period. Dang, he just broke him right down flat. That looked good.
To take a 3-0 lead.
Yep.
Quickly.
Tie up this wrist. And
he moved from his legs right up to the upper body, driving him to the mat. That's lead referee Scott Bricker in tight. J.R. Powell out on the perimeter. Keeping things moving along here at Alumni Hall this afternoon. Half a minute remaining in the first period of this 197-pound match in this duel.
Danny's trying to get this arm out so he can get it on his back. It looks like he's having trouble with some wrist control.
You might hear in the background Scott Bricker, the lead referee, telling him to put his hand down on the mat. So they will talk to the wrestlers.
There we go. And that was a quick little turn there, working out well for Navy.
So we move to the second period of this 197-pound match. Daniel Williams moving up a weight class to help out his team.
Nice little tilt there he had there to finish up. Tight waist tilt.
To take the 5-0 advantage. He wrestled 197 as a plebe last year.
Danny Williams has got to get back up to his feet.
Should get a point out of that.
Yep,
Does.
he does.
And the first one to stand up to give that number 1 finger in the air for the point was Navy head coach Kerry Colat. Former assistant coach at Lehigh, All-American at Penn State and Lock Haven. Former Big Ten Wrestler of the Year. Here in his 5th season at the Naval Academy. Danny Williams out on the mat for the midshipman now. Karsten Rawls for American, 197. Danny with the 7-0 lead. With a minute and a half left to go in this second period.
He's got to get back on that leg again. Danny Williams does, and keep working, do the things that was working.
The sophomore majoring in mechanical engineering.
Wow. That can't be easy.
No, and he's gotten academic honors in each and every one of his semesters here on the yard. So he's off to a real good start on and off the mat for the midshipman.
For sure.
And a good get, because he was being recruited hard by, I know, Army and Columbia. And to get him here on the yard, a good get for Coach Colat and his staff.
For sure.
A little over half a minute left to go in the second period of 197. Danny Williams has the 7-0 advantage. Navy leads overall in the dual meet, 20-15.
25 seconds left in this second period.
After their holiday break, the next duel for American will be at Bender Arena on the 17th of January against Harvard. That same weekend, Navy will be back home against Lehigh and Harvard Friday, Saturday.
That finishes up that second period. Now riding into the third, still with Daniel Williams having that 7-0 lead.
And he does look confident as he looks over to his bench. Kind of the cool thing is when your match is done, like Danny Wask, you can just let it loose coaching as he is on the bench. He's right in that front row.
Yeah.
Helping Danny out. Carson Rawls, the senior from San Jose, California.
Oh, I think he's trying to get this tilt again. Getting that wrist tied up.
Carson's family knows this Washington, D.C., Baltimore area quite well. His father played football and soccer at Howard University in D.C.
Referee calls that a stalemate. Interesting.
So they will move them back to the center circle. Daniel Williams will start on top as he will break on the whistle with a mid-38 left to go in this third period of 197. And he's got some pretty decent riding time to go along with that.
Minute 22 of riding time. About a minute 20 left in the match.
Nice having a wrestler like Daniel who you can wrestle at those two different weights.
Yes, it is. It gives a coach a little more freedom to change the lineup up if injuries happen, and how to put the best matchup for your team.
So again, the ultimate individual sport, but a team sport. If the individual can help his team out, being able to do that, that's what Daniel Williams is doing right now with a 7-0 lead with just under a minute left to go in the third period.
They just gave a stalling call against Daniel Williams because I guess the referee thinks his hips were parallel, but not much has happened on the bottom either. Daniel Williams is just trying to get that wrist so he can build up that tilt. And, on the bottom, you still got to get out. You got to work. You can't just shake your legs and pretend that you're trying to get up like that.
You're not touching anything but air.
Doesn't make any sense. It's trying to tell him that.
7-1 lead for Daniel Williams over Karsten Rawls.
There's the stalling call that should have happened.
8-1 lead now. So Daniel Williams has done his job. Moved
19
up to
seconds left.
Moved up to 197 from his normal 184, and has controlled this match from start to finish.
He's trying to get that tilt, maybe 5 seconds left.
As they count it down here at Alumni Hall. Daniel Williams evening his dual record at 2-2 with a nice win at 197.
Give it up for your midshipman, Daniel Williams.
Who are we putting in?
So he looks like we're going to have Peyton Thomas, the freshman from Moore, Oklahoma, coming out now.
Yep, so that puts Navy up 24-15 in this duel, keeping it out of reach for American, but this is going to be interesting. Peyton Thomas, first time wrestling heavyweight here for us. He's quick, he's strong. Obviously, he looks smaller, but it's like David and Goliath, right? There we go. Quick takedown. He's a tough, strong kid. He just wants to fight.
And he's up against a pretty good wrestler, 33rd ranked wrestler in the nation, Will Jarrell, the graduate student at American University. 285-pound weight class. Peyton Thomas normally wrestling at 197. And a good look there at that size difference, both the height and the weight.
For sure, but he matches up the size with his quickness. So that's
How often in practice will you wrestle against someone who's a different weight class, different size?
Oh, every day. I mean, like, not every day, but I mean, you have to do that every once in a while because you want to, sometimes being big and strong works, and sometimes being quick works. So you want to mix up your partners. That's why it's so important to have a lot of people on your team. You know, you only have 10 people who can wrestle every day, right? And you can't change that in a dual meet. But you need at least 30, more if possible, to, you know, have the different bodies to work at, because there's always injuries, and that's what makes a good team. It's depth.
Peyton Thomas off a good Navy Classic. He finished third, well rested. The last time he was on the mat was November 23rd in the Navy Classic, where he went 2-1, 4-3 overall this season, 2-2 in duels. And both his wins were bonus point wins. So when you can win and give your team points like that, it's a huge advantage. Right now, Navy with the 24-15 lead in the dual meet against their rivals from Washington, D.C., American University.
Just past the halfway mark in the first period here. Minute 20 left.
Big win of the season was for Peyton, 18-6 major win against 25th ranked University of North Carolina. The freshman from Moore, Oklahoma, had a pretty good senior year at Moore High School, 32-0, state champ at 190. In the first period.
What's great is, I mean, he's giving up size here, but he's not intimidated. He's just going out there and he's still hand fighting with the big guys. And, it goes shows his character.
He's got a plan up against a wrestler in Will Jarrell, ranked 33rd in the nation, and also 9 wins overall this season, even before the holiday break. And he has been a career pin machine. 17 career pins rank him 11th on the all-time American University list. 6 of those pins last season.
20 seconds remain now in this first period. Peyton still has that 3-1 lead.
The only 2 losses in duels this year for Peyton were to 25th ranked Pitt and number 11 Iowa State, showing the type of wrestler he is at a freshman. And a big advantage in a developmental program is to have a freshman at these higher weights that you can bring along and maneuver them in and out of different positions.
For sure. And obviously, 97, the year, and now at heavyweight. So, I mean, he can go, as he can show, he's battling with right here, 32nd guy ranked in the country.
So a great look today at wrestlers like Dylan Moore that we saw earlier in his first career match. Peyton Thomas, a freshman, now wrestling heavyweight here. Normally wrestles at 197. So a look at the future for Navy wrestling today. And it's led up to some points on the scoreboard. Big Saturday afternoon for Navy wrestling. Talked about Josh Coderhan, the wrestling captain for Navy. Will Jarrell, 3rd year as a captain at American University. That is pretty impressive.
Wow. To
be elected captain when you're a sophomore and juniors and seniors are voting.
That's a good thing. That's where I thought that size might, take a big advantage, but over Peyton. But no, he managed to get out of there without giving up any points. And
yeah, Will didn't want to let him go.
He kept trying to keep him down, try to get those boots in, and wasn't able to, expose his back.
1 minute left in the second period. Peyton Thomas for Navy with a 4-1 lead on Will Jarrell. Heavyweight match of this duel. We started at 125. We will finish up at 285 this afternoon.
He's got to go use his quickness again. That's how we scored that first takedown. Peyton's quick. Use the quickness. Get to that leg. Stay outside. Sweep singles. That was quick. That was nice.
Will Jarrell, 33rd ranked wrestler in the nation, gets the pin of Peyton Thomas on a very quick takedown and pin.
And that wraps up our 10th and final match.
What a way to return to the mats here for the first time since November 23rd. Navy picking up their 2nd FWA dual meet win of the season as they knock off American 24-21. A really close contested dual meet here, and that's a big win for Navy.
It is a big win. I mean, you have inter-conference rivalry here and right across town, so it's always good to get a win, but this is a good one for Navy.
And that makes it even bigger, that win by Elmore, the freshman, in his first career match. He wins pretty much the match that kind of swayed this thing in the middle, giving them a chance to win it down the stretch.
For sure. It came out really, I mean, that was great win for him and for the program.
The Navy blue and gold. And a big afternoon of wrestling here at Alumni Hall on the yard at the Naval Academy in Annapolis as Navy knocks off American University by a final score of 24-21. For Jay Antonelli, Matt McMahon, and our entire Navy Athletics production crew, this is Scott Wyckoff. Until we talk to you again for that big weekend of dual meets, January 17th and 18th here at the Naval Academy. Have a good night, everybody.